For those of you who do not know jack shit about this movie, which is what I didn't really not know until seeing it, I saw the preview a couple weeks before, and I was like, this movie is on crack. I must see it. Alright, so it's about this girl, baby doll, Emily Browning, the main character, who gets put in a mental institution by her evil stepdad. And I don't know why, but she decides that she's going to use her wonderful imagination to cope with the situation by, instead of being in a mental hospital, she's going to pretend she's in a burlesque house. Do not know how that's any better. Emily Browning, please enlighten us. So, from the help of Madame Gorski, played by Carla Gugino, who was in Watchmen, she learns that she can escape through imagination and everything, you know. So then she meets this wise man who helps her form a way to escape. He tells her you need map, fire, knife, and key, but he tells her 5 things, so she's like, dude, that was 4. And he was like, well, the 5th thing is a mystery. She's like, alright. Yeah. So, then she finds other girls in the burlesque house institution, wherever the hell they are, Sweet Pea, Rocket, Amber, and Blondie. And first, Sweet Pea's all like, dude, this is not gonna work, and she's all skeptical, and the others are like, well, we have to get out of here, and, you know, her plan does make sense, and so finally Sweet Pea's like, okay, let's do this. And the way they do it is, basically, they have to go and find all these items, which are around the institution/burlesque house, but they have to take them without people knowing, otherwise then they'll figure out, oh, they're trying to escape, and they'll stop them. But the thing is, if you just film girls stealing items from around the place, then the movie is over in 5 minutes. So instead, every time they go to retrieve an item, it goes into their fantasy world, almost like it's a mission. So the first time they're trying to get the map, they're in like a World War I, like no man land zone, and it's amazing. So, and then the second time, they're like in a castle, there's a dragon, and it looks like they're fighting orcs and stuff. And then later, it's like a futuristic type of thing, where they're on a train fighting robots, and it's really cool, because this movie is supposed to take place in the 50s era, so you're like, they must have really good imaginations if they can think up stuff that hasn't even, like, really been invented yet. And it's really cool, and so it's them trying to escape through their minds, but they're really getting the items from reality. And it's a lot simpler than those stupid escape movies where they're just stealing stuff from around the place. It's a lot more in depth. And a lot of reviews, you either love it or hate it. And normally the people who don't like it are the people who don't really get it. I would explain the whole thing, but then that would just kind of ruin the movie for everyone who hasn't seen it yet. And I really don't want to be a bitch like that. I mean, I'll be a bitch in other ways. I mean, I have no problem with that. But one thing I can't stand is some stupid-ass, loud-mouthed bitch who tells me the end of a movie. Like, but this is seriously, like, it could be the fucking Titanic. I still have not seen that movie. So I'd be like, bitch, don't tell me he dies. But, see, I just told you. So yeah. And it's cool because it's one of those movies where it's like you have to kind of think a little bit, because even though you might think you get it, there's some things that you might not get. Like, for me, I understood the movie, like, completely. Other people did not get it at all, so they were kind of, like, lost. So if you're lost, then you really don't enjoy it as much. But yeah, they had some really cool things about it, like where they were fighting. I loved the different battle scenes. I loved their guns, like Baby Doll had, or their weapons in general. Baby Doll had a katana, which is like that samurai sword, and she had, like, a 1911 type gun, and then Rocket had a flintlock pistol, then she had Heckler and Cook MP5K, which is what a handful of the other girls had too. Sweet Pea had a Remington 870, and then Amber was cool, because she had a lot of, like, the bigger things, because she could work all the cool technology. Like, she was, trusted to fly a lot of their, like, aircrafts and stuff, so she actually was really important, because if she couldn't take control of those things, they were pretty much screwed. And Blondie, my favorite, because Vanessa Hudgens, I think, is wonderful, and I'm completely in love with her, which is really creepy, because if she ever finds this music video, and if she ever, like, meets me, or if I ever meet her, which is never gonna happen, she's gonna be like, security! I don't know if she'd shout like that. It'd be kind of funny. She had some of the coolest guns ever, and I thought it was really funny, because she's, like, you know, an ex-Disney star, so I'm like, you give the Disney star the cool guns. She had, a Daewoo K3, then she had a bunch of high-powered stuff. She also had a Heckler MP5K. Then she had a Browning M2HB, which is this huge ass like turret type thing where she's like, it's a scene where she's like fighting a dragon from the airplane, no, from one of the planes, and she's shooting at it and she's screaming profanity. It's great. It's really funny. One of my favorite parts of the movie. And so I think it's really funny how they give her like the biggest guns and everything, and I was like, that's amazing. And enough about them, though. The acting was actually pretty good. I mean, nothing was perfect because, I mean, it wasn't a perfect movie, I will say, but I thought it was really awesome. The performances from Oscar Isaac was really good. He was the creepy guy, Blue, in charge of, like, everything. Then there was Carla Gugino, I think I said that wrong. She was in Watchmen, another movie directed by Zack Snyder, and she played the instructor, who teaches them to, escape through, like, imagination and through their mind. And it was awesome because even though she's Italian, she had to play, like, a Polish woman, and she had to, like, have an accent and everything, and, like, make it sound like she really was from Poland. So I just completely bought her performance, and it was really good. So I thought she did a really good job in it, and she's also been acting longer than a lot of the girls, so she did a slightly better performance, especially because she had to pretend to be something she really wasn't, you know, because if you're Italian, you're obviously not going to sound like you're fucking Polish, I mean, unless you're, like, I don't know, retarded or some shit, but yeah, so I thought that was a really good movie. The action sequences are awesome, and just the music, oh my god, the soundtrack was amazing. Like, there was Björk. There was a couple covers, like there was a Iggy Pop and the Stooges cover. There was like a Queen mashup, like mix song. There was a song covered. It was called White Rabbit. I don't know who it was originally by. I feel bad. They did a Beatles cover, which I like absolutely love. Tomorrow Never Knows. I like that actually better than the Beatles song, surprisingly. Normally I like the originals better. And then they had Emily Browning actually sang a couple songs of her own. Like she sings the song that's in the beginning when it's the montage of what happens to her before she gets into the asylum and everything. And I just thought the music was wonderful. I mean, it's not, I don't know, to me it kind of seems like, you know how everyone liked the CD for the movie The Crow that came out in the 90s? I really love the Sucker Punch CD. I think it's brilliant. I mean, you know, and everyone has their own opinions, so I'm not going to force you to see the movie, not going to force you to see the soundtrack. I'm just suggesting that you give it a try, and hopefully, like me, and because I've seen it every Friday since it came out, and even though my cash funds are kind of low at the moment, I'm hoping to keep this a record. So, you can call me a dork, you can call me a geek, but you know what? I know a good movie when I see one. My daddy's a critic, and he liked it too, so you guys should trust me. Well, anyway, hopefully I made you guys happy by making another movie. And, I just got a Sucker Punch poster, actually, so next time I do, a video, you'll probably see this hanging up instead of, my old Harry Potter ones. And, yeah, so, peace, I forgot how it went, it's like, peace out, Boy Scout, or something, I don't know. Well, see you guys later.